In the quiet chambers of their heart, this person holds a vision of you that transcends ordinary affection. They see you not merely as someone who has captured their romantic interest for a fleeting season, but as the very embodiment of what their soul has been searching for across time itself. You are, in their deepest knowing, the one and only true love of their entire existence. This is not a label they assign lightly or a feeling that shifts with the changing tides of emotion. Rather, it is a profound recognition that resonates through every layer of their being. When they think of you, they experience something that reaches far beyond the surface-level attractions that characterize so many connections in this world. What exists between you touches the most sacred corners of their heart, illuminating spaces within their mind that had remained dark for so long, and stirring their spirit in ways they never thought possible. Your presence in their life has awakened something ancient and eternal within them, a remembering of what love is truly meant to feel like when it is real, pure, and divinely orchestrated. You have become a mirror through which they can finally see themselves with clarity and compassion. Through your gentle presence and unwavering acceptance, you have helped them connect with their inner self in ways that no one before you ever could. You did not force this transformation or demand that they change. Instead, simply by being authentically yourself, you created a safe and sacred space where they could begin to explore the depths of their own consciousness. With you, they feel free to examine their thoughts without judgment, to sit with their emotions without shame, and to reflect on who they truly are beneath all the masks and defenses they once wore to protect themselves from a world that often felt harsh and unforgiving. This journey inward that you have facilitated has allowed them to become more mindful, more present, and more aligned with their authentic self. Through this deep inner tuning, something miraculous has occurred. You have naturally drawn out the very best aspects of their character, qualities that perhaps lay dormant or suppressed for years. Their strengths have become more pronounced. Their confidence has blossomed in the warmth of your acceptance. Even the softer, more vulnerable parts of themselves, the tender places they once tried desperately to hide from the world, have been given permission to exist and even to flourish in your presence. They recognize with absolute certainty that they are a better and more evolved person simply because you exist in their life. This is not flattery or exaggeration. It is a truth they feel in their bones. You have helped them grow in ways that years of solitary work could never have accomplished. Through loving you and being loved by you, they have learned what it means to be truly seen, genuinely appreciated, and completely accepted. When they allow themselves to imagine the future, every vision that brings them peace and joy includes you by their side. They hold a firm and unshakable belief that the two of you can build something beautiful together, something meaningful that will stand the test of time and weather any storm that life may bring. In their eyes, you are not simply partner material in the conventional sense. You are everything they could have ever imagined in a perfect life companion, and somehow, miraculously, you are even more than that. They recognize within you an incredible potential that takes their breath away. They see your warmth, which radiates like sunlight and makes everyone around you feel valued and cared for. They witness your loyalty, which runs deeper than any ocean and provides them with a sense of security they have never known before. They feel your love, which flows freely and abundantly without conditions or limitations. They admire your strength, which is not harsh or domineering but rather a quiet, steady force that can move mountains through patience and persistence. All of these qualities together paint a picture in their mind of someone who would make a wonderful wife or husband one day. The thought of building a home with you, of creating a shared life filled with intention and meaning, fills their heart with a sense of peace that borders on the divine. At the same time, it ignites an excitement within them about all the possibilities that await you both. They understand in the deepest part of their soul that being committed to you would not represent just another relationship to add to their history. It would mean finally stepping into the life they have always dreamed of but never quite believed they deserved. A life overflowing with genuine love that does not fade when challenges arise. A life characterized by emotional safety, where both of you can be vulnerable without fear of judgment or rejection. A life filled with laughter that echoes through the rooms of your shared home and carries you through even the darkest days. A life built on lasting support, where you stand together as partners facing whatever comes your way with united strength and unwavering commitment. This person has already concluded, deep in the secret places of their heart, that by committing to you fully and completely, they would become the happiest and luckiest man or woman in the entire world. This is not hyperbole to them. It is simply the truth as they know it. You mean so much to them, and a significant part of why you hold such a precious place in their heart is your unique and rare combination of sensibility and sensitivity. You are someone who has mastered the delicate art of balancing logic with emotion in a way that seems almost effortless. You possess the practical wisdom to know what needs to be done in challenging situations, to see clearly through confusion and make sound decisions even under pressure. Yet you never allow this rational capability to override your capacity for compassion and empathy. You understand how to respond to both the practical and emotional needs of those around you, including theirs. This dual capacity is something they find incredibly rare and infinitely precious. It makes them feel both understood and cared for in equal measure. They never have to choose between being heard intellectually and being held emotionally when they are with you. You provide both, naturally and generously, without them ever having to ask. In their eyes, you possess an emotional depth and wisdom that seems to transcend your years of life experience. There is an old soul quality about you, a maturity of spirit that allows you to navigate complex emotional landscapes with grace and insight. Around you, they never feel the need to wear a mask or perform a version of themselves that they think you want to see. They can simply be who they are, in all their messy humanity, with all their flaws and imperfections laid bare. And somehow, miraculously, this authenticity is not only accepted but celebrated. This freedom to be genuine makes every single moment spent in your presence feel effortlessly meaningful and deeply nourishing to their soul. They hold tremendous admiration for your strong personality and the quiet inner strength that radiates from your core. You are not someone who wavers easily when it comes to your values and principles. You know what you believe in and what you stand for, and this clarity earns their deepest respect. They have watched you stand firmly for what matters to you, holding your ground with grace even when pressured to compromise or conform. Yet somehow you manage to do this while still communicating with love, patience, and understanding rather than judgment or rigidity. For so long, they have wished for a partner who could gently guide them when they might be heading down the wrong path. Not someone who would criticize harshly or make them feel small for their mistakes, but someone who would care enough to speak truth with kindness. Someone who would encourage growth while still offering unconditional acceptance. Someone whose honesty came wrapped in genuine love rather than thinly veiled control or superiority. In their heart, they know with absolute certainty that you are the only one who can teach them life's important lessons in that special way that only you possess. You correct with kindness rather than condemnation. You instruct with patience rather than frustration. You illuminate truth with clarity while maintaining warmth that makes them feel safe enough to actually receive what you are offering. Your ability to help them see their blind spots and correct their course without breaking their spirit or crushing their confidence is something they treasure beyond measure. It inspires them to keep growing and evolving alongside you, not because you demand perfection, but because loving you naturally ignites within them a desire to become the best version of themselves. Around you, they feel challenged in the most beautiful way to rise higher, to think deeper, to love better. This challenge does not come from you placing expectations upon them or holding them to impossible standards. Rather, it emerges organically from the example you set through your own way of being. Your integrity, your compassion, your strength, and your wisdom all call them upward toward their own highest potential. They carry a deep certainty that God or destiny or the universe, whatever name we give to the divine orchestration of life, brought you into their world for a sacred reason. They do not believe your meeting was random or accidental. There are too many synchronicities, too many moments of perfect timing, too many ways that you complement and complete each other for this to be mere chance. They feel in their spirit that you were always meant to find each other, perhaps written in the stars long before either of you took your first breath. Whenever they allow themselves to dream about the future, to paint pictures in their mind of the years ahead, those visions always, without exception, involve you beside them. They see the two of you sharing responsibilities as equal partners, making memories that will become the treasured stories you tell in your golden years, celebrating every milestone together, whether large or small. They imagine anniversaries and holidays, quiet Sunday mornings and exciting adventures, challenges faced hand in hand and triumphs celebrated with joyful hearts. You have become such an integral part of their happiness that even during the times when physical distance or circumstances keep you apart, their thoughts revolve constantly around what they can do to keep you smiling and feeling loved. They think about little gestures that might brighten your day. They plan surprises that would bring joy to your heart. They strategize ways to support your dreams and ease your burdens. Your well-being has become intricately woven into their own sense of purpose and fulfillment. Through your consistent support and the example of how you love, you have taught them what healthy, mature love actually looks like. Perhaps they grew up witnessing toxic relationship patterns or experienced painful connections in their past that left them confused about what real love should feel like. But you have shown them through your actions, through your patience, through your commitment to growth and communication, what it means to love someone in a way that uplifts rather than diminishes, that frees rather than controls, that heals rather than harms. For the first time in their life, they find themselves not afraid of commitments or serious life decisions. The fear that once gripped them when thinking about forever has dissolved in the light of this connection. They understand now that with you, those big decisions and long-term commitments do not represent a loss of freedom or a burden to be shouldered. Instead, they lead to a life worth living, a life rich with meaning and overflowing with love. This is precisely why, in the secret chambers of their heart, they are planning something significant. When they return, when the timing aligns perfectly with divine will, they intend to propose to you. This is not a vague maybe or a distant possibility. It is a firm intention, a sacred plan that they are holding close to their heart while they prepare everything to be exactly right. In their mind, they want every detail to reflect the magnitude of what they feel for you. They want the right moment, when the energy between you is perfectly aligned and the universe seems to hold its breath in anticipation. They want to find the right words, language that could somehow adequately express the depth and breadth of their love even though they know no words truly can. They want to create the right setting, an environment that reflects how sacred and precious this bond is to them, a space that honors the spiritual significance of what you share. They long to look into your eyes, those eyes that have seen into their soul and loved what they found there, and tell you with complete vulnerability and raw honesty how much you mean to them. They want to express their profound gratitude for the gift of having met someone who brings peace to their internal chaos, who offers joy to their heart when it had grown weary, and who provides purpose to their lifetime when they had begun to wonder if they would ever find their reason for being. They are not interested in rushing this momentous step or acting impulsively based on a surge of emotion. Instead, they are consciously choosing patience and intentionality so that they can give you the proposal and the commitment that you truly deserve. They want everything to be perfect, not because they worship perfectionism, but because you are worth the effort, worth the planning, worth the care and attention to detail. Both of you have grown and matured so much throughout your journey together. Each of you individually has done profound inner work, healing old wounds and releasing patterns that no longer serve. And together, you have learned how to navigate challenges, how to communicate with honesty and compassion, how to support each other's evolution while maintaining your own individual wholeness. This growth has shown them with crystal clarity how strong and unbreakable your connection truly is. They have witnessed your own evolution with awe and admiration. They have watched you heal from past hurts, release limiting beliefs, and blossom into an even more radiant version of yourself. They feel deeply honored to have been present for this transformation, to have held space for your journey, to have witnessed the unfolding of your becoming. Likewise, they recognize with humility and gratitude that they too have transformed into a better, wiser, more conscious person because of the love you have shown them. Your acceptance has given them permission to grow. Your patience has created space for their evolution. Your faith in them has called forth capabilities they did not know they possessed. Through every challenge you have faced, through every period of distance or difficulty, your bond has only deepened and strengthened. Rather than pulling you apart, obstacles have proven to both of you over and over again that this love is destined, powerful, and everlasting. What you share has been tested and has emerged even more resilient. This gives them confidence that whatever may come in the future, you will face it together and overcome it together. Right now, in this present moment, they are preparing themselves on every level to take this next sacred step with you. They are working on themselves emotionally, clearing out any remaining fears or insecurities that might hinder their ability to show up fully in this commitment. They are preparing mentally, getting clear on their vision for your shared future and the practical steps needed to build the life you both desire. They are even preparing spiritually, deepening their connection to the divine and seeking guidance to ensure they are walking in alignment with highest good. They know in the innermost sanctuary of their heart that once they ask you to be theirs forever, once they speak those words that will forever change the trajectory of both your lives, everything will transform for the better. Life will open up in ways neither of you can fully imagine yet. Blessings will flow in abundance. Joy will multiply. Love will deepen in ways that seem impossible until you experience it. In truth, what they feel for you goes so far beyond simple affection or attraction. It is devotion, unwavering and complete. It is respect, deep and genuine. It is admiration for who you are and who you are becoming. It is a soul-level commitment that transcends the physical realm and touches the eternal. You are not merely the love of their life, though you are certainly that. You are also their best friend, the person they want to share every experience with, both profound and mundane. You are their guiding light, illuminating the path when darkness threatens to obscure their way. You are the one person who makes everything feel right, whose presence alone can calm their anxious mind and soothe their troubled heart. Your presence in their life brings calm to even their fiercest internal storms. You provide meaning to days that might otherwise feel empty or purposeless. They treasure the way you love them, so generously and unconditionally. They treasure the way you inspire them, calling forth their highest self through the example you set. They treasure the way you believe in them, even when they struggle to believe in themselves, holding a vision of their potential that helps them grow into it. Their biggest hope now, as they prepare for this significant moment, is that when the time comes to propose and express everything they have held so carefully in their heart, you will understand how deeply they cherish you. They hope you will feel the sincerity of their commitment and the depth of their readiness to build a beautiful forever by your side. Yet there is something else that must be acknowledged, a shadow that falls across the beauty of this vision. Because within this same heart that holds such profound love for you, there also lives a crushing weight of regret. It is incredibly difficult to live with a broken heart, especially when you know with absolute certainty that you are the reason it is broken. Every single day, they wake up with that weight of regret sitting heavily on their chest, making it difficult to breathe freely. They are constantly reminded, in quiet moments and busy ones alike, of the choices they made and the pain they caused you, someone who only ever showed them love, patience, understanding, and compassion that they did not earn and certainly did not deserve. Now they find themselves facing the full weight of consequences for their actions. And it hurts in ways they never imagined possible, in ways that words feel inadequate to capture. The pain is not just emotional but seems to permeate every aspect of their existence, coloring their days with shades of shame and sorrow. They have come to understand, through painful reflection and difficult honesty, just how careless and thoughtless they were with you and with your tender heart. You did not deserve any of the hurt they inflicted, not one single moment of pain or confusion or doubt. Looking back now with the clarity that only hindsight and growth can provide, they see everything so much more clearly than they did while living through it.